And this act of living under your own control rather than being pulled by the strings of fortune and fate, that's what I call flow. This is something I simply learned by talking to people who seem to have some passion about life that differentiates them from everyday people. When they described how it felt to be truly alive, they used the metaphor of being like carried by a river, carried by a current. As I say, this happens when we sing, we dance, when we do sports. The interesting part is not that you can do it when you separate yourself from everyday life, but you can do flow when you're working, when you're at home and with the family. The best application of flow is how you can use it in everyday life.
You can't be weird about
I'm not
today.
gonna be weird about it, but just need a second to warm up. Maybe I can teach you a couple things. I'm generally a pretty indecisive person, but sometimes I just set my sights on something and lock in. It's like, I'm gonna make this happen. That's what ultimately led me to being in this position.
Just pretend like you're putting your stuff away.
My name's Eli Milner. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm 20 years old, and I work for the football and basketball teams doing photography and videography. I mean, couldn't be in a better spot for what we're doing. I had only been taking photos for one semester, and I knew pretty quickly that it's what I wanted to do. I have now been working for CU for 3 years. Part of what has been so great about my experience working for CU is the repetition of shooting dozens of basketball games a season, shooting dozens of football games over the course of my time here. The process in which I shoot and edit every time, I feel like I have just refined to a point where it's automatic for me. I'm really grateful for photography and videography as a creative asset for me because it's taught me so much about my brain and the way that I learn. I have ADHD, and for a while in my youth, it was frustrating because I wouldn't be able to focus in class or turn homework assignments in on time. Like I kind of was just all over the place. When I found photography, it kind of tapped into a control over that I didn't really know I had. It's almost like being in the eye of a storm, kind of. Stuff's happening in dozens of places all over the field, and there's 50,000 people cheering and screaming at me to take pictures of them and stuff, just distractions. And I can be in all those places at once, but somehow reach this flow state where I can navigate all this craziness. In those moments, everything slows down, and I don't have to think very hard. It just happens.
It's funny because I feel like I'm a different person whenever I'm shooting. As creatives, we always get so caught up in the work that we do, and because we're so passionate about it, it never feels like work. But at the same time, while there's that passion, it's always you can never stop asking that question of why am I the one picked for this? How am I in this place right now? My name is Forrest Manlani Jr. I'm a photographer, specifically more concert photographer, just live events, anything that where just life is happening. That's kind of where I like to be. So where photography started for me was this camera right here. My dad is no longer with us. He died when I was 7 years old from cancer. It belonged to him. I was never allowed to touch this camera. I cared about this little piece, or I just cared about the craft at a very young age. I guess the one thing I want them to see or know about me is that I was just passionate whatever I did. I've gotten lucky to shoot at Red Rocks in Colorado, and every single time it's the first. I'm always just walking around there and like, how am I here right now? And like, obviously just the spectacle of the venue, it's like, you look at it and you're just like, it doesn't feel real. There's so much going on, but like, it all flows. That's the best part, is just being in that place where it's like, you're just in tune with like someone else's creativity, someone else's passion, because it's like, it's hard to like stay inspired. But like every single show that I've gone to, I've left inspired.
Why did I write that question for myself? Wait.
What's the answer?
Okay, hold on. How did I get to where I am today?
Starting? Yeah. Hey guys, this is ZPistol4620, and I just decided to do a Minecraft video. I made this really cool Minecraft roller coaster, so let me show it to you.
I don't think I was born with this innate talent in me to do videography. I think I was born with this innate talent to see things differently. And because of that, I'm able to capture things in a way that makes people feel something. My name is Zion Atwater. I'm a senior at the University of Colorado in Boulder. I study media production and advertising, and I'm 22 years old. I wanted to do the sports program because I played sports in high school, and I felt like I could really understand how to like capture those special moments. It all comes back to like wanting to be part of a greater good, like something bigger than myself. Whether it's in sports or in music or in documentary format, like I just want to make things that last with people. I'm passionate about my work because it is an escape. It's an escape from uncertainty with the future of, you know, what's gonna happen at post-grad. Like that is my escape. Whether it's playing music or editing late at night at 4 a.m., like I've been in flow and I've felt it, and it's very real. I think to be truly creative, you have to be able to get into that state. I have a tendency to procrastinate a lot of things, and having some form of ADHD prevents me from really focusing and locking in on things sometimes. But when I am in that flow state, like, it's the most confident I feel in myself and what I do. I've never been so like interlocked within a community of people that like understood me at my core as much as I have, like, you know, stepping out and making relationships within this creative community in Boulder, specifically in Boulder. I'm making this documentary because I wanted to talk to other creatives who are in the same position that I'm in right now. Through making this documentary, it reinvigorated my passion for creation and for storytelling. And when I look back at everything I've done for the past 3 years and wonder if it was worth it, I would say yes. I have a lot to be proud of, and while it was hard to like recognize that for a while, I think coming from where I was when I came to see you and where I am now, I can like, yeah, just really confidently and like sincerely for the first times in my life say that I'm proud of who I am, which is like, that's huge for me. So, are we done?
And that was my roller coaster that I did. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share this video with everyone, and yeah.